So now, what I'll start up the process change. Okay, two more small concepts are left in your performance tuning. Okay, after this I'll discuss that. So first let me finish up the major part, that is process change. Okay, right. So what is that now? We are seeing now process change, right? So as of now you are seeing process by process we are learning, right? So each and every one we have shown you individually, manually we have started. But the end part is what? To develop your process change. Suppose, imagine first you are triggering, go on mute everyone. First you are triggering your info package, then DTP1, okay. Then, so info package data brings you to data to your PSA. Your first DTP brings your data to new data table of DSO. Then after what you have to do now? Activate data in DSO. Then your data will move to new data table to active data table and change log table. Then after this, what is that? Second DTP you are triggering, that is your data will be loaded into a cube. Then after DTP2 what you will do? Let us say roll up, data will go to aggregate, then your compression. Suppose like this, every 1 hour or 1 day I need to load data into my info cube. So you have to trigger all this process every 1 hour or 1 day. Is it possible? Is it recommended? No, right? That's right. Finally what you are going to do? You are going to automate them, that is nothing but your. So what is that? See, group of processes associated in the form of a chain in order to automate them is called as a process chain. So group of processes you are linking in the form of a chain in order to automate them is called as a process chain. So the main purpose of your BI implementation is to develop this particular process chain. So once your process chain is ready, what happens now in your support project? This process chain will be keep on running. You will be just monitoring whether your chain is successfully running or not. Clear now? So what exactly process chain is clear, sir? Then implementation task final part is what? To develop your process chain. Once it is ready, supporting. In supporting what you are going to do? You just ensure that this chain is whether successfully running or that is monitor. You just monitor your process chains. So when you speak about process chains, basically you have to discuss two things over here. First is, so process defines what exactly we are performing. Process defines what exactly we are performing. Now triggering of info package is one process. Triggering a DTP is one process. Activating the data in DSO is one process. Roll-up is one process. Deleting the index, creating the index, compression, activation of master data. All these are what? Different processes. Clear what is process? The process defines what exactly you are going to perform. Then you have something called as variant. So variant defines on which object the process has to be performed. Right? So triggering of info package is a process. Which info package I need to trigger? The name of your info package is a variant. Triggering of DTP is a process. Which DTP I need to trigger now? The name of the DTP is a variant. Right? I need to do the roll-up. Process is roll-up. For which cube I need to do the roll-up? The name of your info cube is a variant. So every process will be associated with a every process will be associated with a with what? With variant. See how you create your process chain is very simple. First what you have to do is you have to specify what? Process. Just see the steps now. Because first is like specify the process. Then what you have to do? Add a variant to the process. Then when the process has to be performed. Now triggering of first DTP has to be done once info package is successfully finished. Right? Activation should be done only once DTP is successfully done. Like that. Clear now? So like that. So what you can do? So you have to specify your process chain. How is that? First you have to specify your process. What you have to do? Then you have to add a variant to that. That is on which object the process has to be performed. Then what? When it has to be performed. That's nothing but your right process chain. So now let us say this is my cube. This cube is getting data from where? From a DSO. We have entire thing ready. So I need to start loading data into this particular cube. But actually what you are doing, when you want to load, you will load it manually, right? But right now I don't want to load it manually. I want to load it from a process chain. See now this is your cube. Observe now this cube. Look at your data flow. So data is coming from a file to DSO, from there to info queue. So now, what is that now? If you want to start loading, what you do? You start triggering from your info package, right? But the info package I am not going to trigger from here. I need to trigger it from where? From the process chain. So first what you have to do, whenever you want to use an info package in your process chain, first ensure that it is scheduled in your background. If you put your info package in the background, then only you can trigger it, right? So now first what I am doing, so right now if your file is in your desktop, you cannot put it in the background. That's why I am saying access your file somewhere. If the file is in the server, then I can put it in my. So I am saying start later in background. When you want to start, immediately, and I am just clicking on save from my process chain. So I will not be triggering from here. I will trigger it from my process chain. So now everything is ready. This is my info package. Then this is my DTP1, and this is my DTP2. All these things I need to start using in my process chain. Yeah, so whenever you want to create your process chain, so you go with a T code called RSPC. What is the T code you can use this? Or you can go this way also, RS7, then administration tab. So go with that path also, RS7, then finally what? Administration tab. Okay, what is there in administration tab? Process chains. Or you can go from here also, one and the same. What's there here? Process chains. Or go with a T code called RSPC. Go with RSPC. Just go with now, which T code now? RSPC. Okay. So I need to start creating my process chain. So just click on create. So it's asking to give some chain name and description. Give some name. I'm saying ZPC underscore. Let us say sales process chain. So any process chain you consider, it's already saying existing. YPC I'm saying, let us say. Any process chain you consider, by default, what is the first process in the process chain is? Start process. So start process defines when the chain has to be triggered. What is that start process now? The start process defines when the chain has to be triggered. Okay, now this chain, should I schedule it every 1 day or 1 hour or 1 week? That you define it from your what? Start process. So process is start, it is asking for a variant, so just click on create. So just click on create. It's asking to give some variant name, give some name. So I'm saying start this process chain every 1 month. So it is asking two options. What is that? One is direct scheduling. Direct scheduling means you can give your date and time. Or using a meta chain, suppose you have two chains, A and B. As soon as chain A is scheduled, then I need to trigger a chain B. Clear? Fine. So like that. So two different options if you want you can use. Direct scheduling or using a, let us say, master data chain and transaction data chain. Once master data is loading successful, then I need to trigger the transaction data chain. So right now I am saying direct scheduling, chain selections. Now let us say my process chain today I need to trigger at 9:30. So what you can do? Date and time. What date you want? Today's date. And what time you want? At 9:30. So today at 9:30 your chain will start scheduling. So like that today it has to start at 9:30, thereafter every 1 month it has to schedule. So then you can go with what? Periodic values. So when you want, every 1 month or every day or every week, or you can specify your own. So I said other period means at every 2 days or every 1 hour, or so you can specify your own period, but right now I want it to be monthly. Like that, let us say it has to run for 3 months. Afterwards it has to stop. So then what you can do? No start after. So now give the date. After that particular date, your chain will not be scheduled. So that's why what I'm saying, instead of saying date and time, I'm saying as immediate means once I click schedule, it will automatically start the chain. So click on immediate, then you can save it. Okay, then save your variant back. First your chain starts. When it starts, according to your variant. Alright? So once it is done, so then you can go with. So it shows you various processes that are available. So under general services you can see start, interrupt means stop process. You can see AND, R, XR. These are collector processes. Suppose you have two processes, A, B. If both A and B are successful, then only you want to trigger C. In between A, B, what you will put? AND. R means if A or B, like that. So like that. So that is general services. Then you can see like trigger your info package, read the data from PSA and update into the target. Then update DSO, that is your second DTP. Then what you can see, data export into. So this is like info open hub. Okay, then DTP, delete overlapping request from your queue. Then you can see what is that, what not. Delete the index, construct the index, statistics, initial fill, roll up, compression, activate data in DSO, delete the data into the target. All the different processes are available. So what you can see, deletion of request from your PSA, deletion of request from your change log, reorganize attributes and text, there is activation of your master data. So like that, once start process is there, what I have to do now? I need to trigger my process is what? Info package. So what you can do, so just select that particular info package and drag it to the right side. So process is what? Triggering a info. So for info package and DTP, you need not create any variant. For info package and DTP, you need not create any variant. The name of your info package or DTP itself is your variant. So you can just searching. So search for your info package. What's your info package name? This is my info package. This is my name. So just copy, Control C. So copy that info package name. Then you can start searching for that. Okay, search. What is that now? This is your info package name. Okay, continue. Now just observe what it's doing. System itself is recommending you what may be the next process. After info package, what maybe you do? You may trigger a DTP, right? System itself is recommending you suppose you don't want system to recommend, what you can do, you can do some settings, default change, do not suggest any process. Now process is what? Info package. Which info package it is triggering? That is your variant. See, this is the info package. Just now I put in my background. That is the info package what it is going to schedule. Okay. So when it has to be done? When you want to trigger your info package once? Once change starts, so from start, drag a line to your info package. So now, how is that? First change starts, then you are going to trigger your info package. Clear? Which info package is nothing but your variant. Then what is that next? My first DTP. So drag a DTP process. Then it is asking for a variant. What is the variant name? So the DTP which is bringing your data to your DSO. This is your DTP name. Copy the DTP name. First DTP. Okay, just paste your DTP name here. Continue. So when it has to be done? Is it after starting the chain or after the info package? If it is after starting the chain, you have to drag a link from what? Start to your. Now once chain starts, what happens? Parallel it triggers a DTP as well. But that is not your requirement. But right now what is my requirement? It has to be performed once info package is successful. So what is telling? Successful, error, always. Successful means if info package is success, then only it will trigger a DTP. Start, then trigger a info package, then after this you have to trigger a DTP. DSO. What is the process now? Activation of data in DSO, drag it to the right side. Activate your DSO. So for that I need to create a variant. So info package and DTP, as I said, no need to create any variant. So but for these things I need to create a variant. So now, I am saying, what is it? Activate data in what? DSO. So object type is what? DSO. And which DSO is that? What is the name of your DSO? So what is the name of your DSO now? YDSO underscore AST. So copy it. So search for that. So what is that name? YDSO underscore AST. Okay. Continue. Then what you can do? Save it. Back. Specifying the process, adding a variant, and when it has to be performed. When it has to be performed now, after triggering of your DTP. So when it is successful, error. Successful means if DTP is successful, then only it will trigger this. Error means what? If DTP fails, then only it will trigger that process. Always means whether it is success or failed, it is going to trigger your activation. So but right now it should be what? Successful. So now first your chain starts, then it will trigger your info package of this DTP, then finally activate the data in your DSO. Then after this again, what is that? Second DTP now. So now, what is that second DTP? Observe, this is your DTP2. So select it, then drag it to right side. So it's asking for a variant. What is the variant? What is the name of your DTP now? This is your name of your DTP. Copy it. Control C. Then paste it. And when you want to do it, again when it is successful. See? Activate data and DSO is successful. Then go on to your second DTP. After this, what you have to do now? Roll up. So just drag roll up to the right side. It's asking for a variant. Click on variant. Create it. So give some name. So roll up. Roll up for what? For my info cube. And what is that cube name? The cube name is YIC underscore AST, right? So I'm just copying that cube name. Search. YIC underscore AST is my cube name. Then save it. Continue. And when you want to do your roll up now, same way, sir. Finally, what? Compression. So just compression. It's asking for a variant. Create it. Compress. Compression for info cube. Which cube is that? Same thing. YIC underscore. Okay. Then save it. Back. Continue. And when it has to be performed now, so once you are compress it. Okay, like that. So you just create your process chain. Clear now? So this is what is final part. Once it is created, just what? Activate your process chain. Okay. So now once I activate it, I need to schedule it. After scheduling, I need to monitor whether it is successfully running. So now today I created a process chain. So what I'll do, tomorrow I'll show you how to schedule this process chain and how to monitor it, and any error comes, how do you resolve it. So now what happens in the real time, generally when you are monitoring your process chain, if any error comes, what you'll do, you make a screenshot of that particular error and you will put it. So you next time onwards you make the solution for each and every error along with a screenshot. So you need not worry about it. Tomorrow I'll show you one error. Then rest all the things you can follow the particular screenshots. Okay. So tomorrow what I'll do, I'll finish this particular process chain. Then we'll finish that performance tuning 2 small consoles as well, right? So those 2 small consoles also, right? So tomorrow we will end it off. Okay. So tomorrow you can come at 8:30. Okay.